Good morning. Happy wake and bake. My cat is horny back here. I think that's Spaz. So happy wake and bake. Take your pills. Get your keep other people alive juice. Is it Valentine's Day? No, tomorrow's Valentine's Day, so never mind. So we're about to finish a new or we're about to finish we're about to finish this book. We're starting a new book tonight. So, the last two chapters of John. Okay, so on the first day of the week, which I'm guessing for them would be a Sunday, Mary of Magdala. No, that isn't no, because I thought her name was Mary, but they called her Magdalene, and her name was Mary Magdalene, not Mary of Magdala. What the fuck is even happening? What does that even mean? In one part of the book, they're calling Magdalene, and now she's from Magdala. When is that even a place? What is this? What is this? It's too early in the morning for all this confusion. I can't even do it. Okay. So, on a Monday, Mary came to the tomb early in the morning while it was still dark and saw the stone removed from the tomb. Okay. So she ran and went to Simon Peter, because of course Peter and the other disciple whom Jesus loved. You mean Lazarus. You could have just said Lazarus because the answer is Lazarus. Anyway, they have taken the Lord from the tomb, and now we don't know where they put him. So Peter and Lazarus came to the tomb, and they both ran. But Lazarus ran faster. Yeah, because him and Jesus loved each other. Of course he was going to run faster. And he got there first and bent down and saw the burial clothes, but did not go in. Yeah, I wouldn't have either, Lazarus. I wouldn't have either. But when Peter arrived after him, of course, Peter went into the tomb, because why the fuck not? So then Peter's like, oh my God, there's a naked dead Jesus running around. He didn't say that. And then and the cloth that had covered his head was not with the burial clothes, but rolled up in a separate place. Okay. 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 Hold on. When he went in the tomb and saw he was there, and that the cloth that covered his head was not with the burial clothes, but was rolled up in a separate place. Then Lazarus went in, and he saw and believed, for they did not yet understand the scripture that he was supposed to be zombie Jesus. So right now, there's a naked zombie Jesus running around. And then they came home. What do you mean her name? She. I thought they called her Magdalene instead of Mary. Oh, hold on, baby. I'll hit pause. Are you coming in? Oh, okay. See, I want to know where it says Mary Magdala. This is the only place that says this. They called her Magdalene. But okay. But Mary stayed outside of the tomb weeping. And as she wept, she bent over the tomb. What do you mean she bent over the tomb? Oh my God. See, orientation. I have no idea where we're at in this story because what does it mean? She bent over the tomb. I thought the tomb was inside of a mountain. Oi, I'm so confused. And then she saw two angels in white sitting there, one at the head and one at the feet, where the body of Jesus had been. Oh my God. This story is all over the place. This happened first. What the fuck? Okay. And then they said, "Why are you weeping?" And she said, "They took Jesus and I don't know where he is." And they're like, "He's zombie Jesus. He's naked and he's running around somewhere." They didn't say that. And when she saw, or when she had said this, she turned around and saw a naked zombie Jesus standing there. But she did not know it was a naked zombie Jesus. And then Jesus said, "Why the hell are you crying? Who are you crying for?" And then she thought it was the gardener. And she said, "Sir, if you carried him away, tell me where you laid him, and I will take him." And Jesus was like, "Mary." And then she turned around and said to him in Hebrew, "Rabboni, Rabboni." It means teacher, I guess. I don't know. And then Jesus said, "Stop holding on to me, for I have not yet ascended. I'm still naked zombie Jesus. Chill out, woman. But go tell my brothers, I am going to my Father and your Father, to my God and your God." And then Mary went and announced it to everybody. "I have seen the Lord, and this is what he told me." So I saw naked zombie Jesus, and this is what he said. Okay. So she tells them everything. Man, my fucking ears hurt so bad. Okay. On the evening of that first week, when the doors were locked where the disciples were for fear of the Jews. Yeah. On the evening. Okay, so Monday evening, the doors were locked and the doors were locked where the disciples were for fear of das Jews, das Juden. Jesus came and stood in their midst and said to them, "Salam salam." I think that yeah, peace be with you. Salam. But I think that's a Muslim thing. I learned that in prison. I think he says shalom. When he had said this, he showed them his hands and his side. See, before it's only he showed them his feet. And now naked zombie Jesus is like, look at all this. And then the disciples rejoiced. They was like, oh yeah, take it off. And Jesus said to them again, Shalom. As the Father sent me, so I send you. Yeah, you guys are going to be crucified, and it's going to be great. No, none of that happens. And when he had said this, he breathed on them and said to them, receive the Holy Spirit. Oh, man. Bleh. Why? Do you hear that? That's a little cat. She's so tiny. She's in heat. Okay, so he breathed on them and he's like, receive my hot air. That's not what he said. Whose sins you forgive are forgiven, and whose sins you retain are retained. Okay. Thomas. There is a Perfect Circle song called Thomas. Oh, this is Diddy Mouse. Okay. Thomas, called Diddy Mouse, was one of the 12, was not with them when Jesus came. Because of course not. Anybody with the name Diddy Mouse, that's weird. So the other disciples said to him, we saw a zombie Jesus. But then he said, unless I see the marks of the nails in his hand and put my finger through them, I will not believe. That is so fucking gross. Why would you want to touch naked zombie Jesus? You are out of your fucking mind. No way. Unless I can finger fuck Jesus' nail holes, I do not believe. What? Okay. Now, a week later, his disciples were again inside, and Thomas said with them, no, Thomas was with them. And Jesus came, although the doors were locked. Boom! Out of nowhere, naked zombie Jesus. And Jesus came through the doors. No, Jesus came, although the doors were locked, and stood in their peace and said, Shalom. And then he said to Thomas, go ahead and finger fuck my nail holes. It'll be great. We'll love it. And then Thomas was like, holy shit, you are naked zombie Jesus. Oh yeah, I don't need to finger fuck your hand holes. I'm okay. And then Jesus said, Have you come to believe because you had seen me? Blessed are those who have not seen and have believed. Yeah, whatever. This works. So even naked zombie Jesus is like, why do you gotta see me, dude? Trying to watch his shadow on the wall and see if he's coming in here. But I'm guessing not. Okay. Oh my God. Conclusion! Which this is probably not the conclusion, but okay. Now Jesus did many other signs in the presence of his disciples that are not written in this book. Oh, yeah, we know all about it. But these are written that you may believe that Jesus is the Messiah, and that through this belief you may have life in his name. Okay. Okay. See, that was not the conclusion. There's more. There's more. Okay. The appearance to the 7 disciples. Okay, so. Okay. After this, Jesus revealed himself again to the disciples at the Sea of Tiberias, and he revealed himself in this way. Together were Peter, Thomas, Nathaniel, Zebedee's sons. Okay, so the other Mary's sons, the sons of thunder, and 2 other of his disciples. So, okay, hold on. There was Peter, Thomas, Nate, Andrew, and James, and then two other ones. So maybe John and Matthew. But okay. And then Peter, he said, I'm going fishing. And they was like, okay, let's go too. So they were going, but they didn't catch shit. When it was already dawn, Jesus was standing on the shore, but the disciples did not realize that it was Jesus. And Jesus said, did y'all get anything? And they was like, nah. And then he was like, cast the net. Throw it over there. So they threw it over there. They caught so many fish, they were not able to put it in their boats. So Lazarus said to Peter, it is the Lord. When Peter heard that it was the Lord, he tucked in his garment, for it was lightly clad, and jumped into the sea. So Peter was just letting it air out. Is that what that means? So Peter heard it was the Lord. He tucked in his garment, for he was lightly clad, and jumped into the sea. Okay. And the other disciples came in the boat, for they were not far from the shore, but only 100 yards, dragging the net with the fish. When they had climbed out on shore, and they saw charcoal fire with fish on it and bread, Jesus said, bring some of the fish you just caught. And then Peter went over and dragged the net to shore, full of 153 large fish. Even though there were so many, the net was not torn. And then Jesus is like, come the fuck on, dude. And what the fuck? See, Jesus said, come have breakfast. And none of the disciples dared to ask him, "Who is you?" because they realized it was the Lord. This is the stupidest fucking throwaway sentence. Why does this need to be in here? Don't need to be in there. Okay, here we go. Jesus came over and took the bread and gave it to them, and in like manner the fish. This was now the third time Jesus was revealed to his disciples after being raised from the dead. Okay, so this is zombie Jesus. At least, is he naked? Are we dealing with naked zombie Jesus? No, he's probably got clothes on. He's on the beach, right? Okay. This is the worst story. Okay. Jesus and Peter, when they had finished breakfast, and I can't believe Jesus is even still talking to Peter. "I'm gonna die with you," and then runs away crying like a girl. I'm surprised Jesus even still talks to Peter. I wouldn't have. And Jesus said to Peter, "Do you love me more than these?" And he said to them, "Yes, Lord, you know that I love you." "No, you don't. No, you don't." Ah, Jesus, zombie Jesus, why are you letting him lie? Okay. Okay. And he said to them, "Yes, I love you." And then he was like, "Feed my lambs." Isn't this supposed to be sheep? But okay. And he said to them a second time, or said to him a second time, "Peter, do you love me?" And Peter was like, yeah. And then he said, "Tend my sheep." Okay. So tending sheep. And then he said to him a third time, "Peter, you love me?" And Peter was like, "Yeah, well, I do. I mean, I know I kind of left you to die. You know, I told you I was going to die with you, but then I didn't. And then I was like, I don't know that guy. But other than that, I love you. Besides all the stuff that shows I don't. I do, right? I'm scared." And then Jesus is like, "Feed my sheep." I'm telling you, when you were younger, you used to dress yourself and go where you wanted. But when you grow old, you will stretch out your hands and someone else will dress and lead you where you want to go. Oh, no, are you predicting Alzheimer's? Oh man, this is terrible. And he said this, signifying what kind of death. Wait a minute. When you were younger, you should dress yourself and go where you want. But when you get old, you will stretch out your hands and someone else will dress you and lead you where you do not want to go. Okay. And he said this, signifying what kind of death he would glorify God. And he said this by signifying. I don't even begin to understand. That is a really stupid sentence. And after he said this, he said to him, "Follow me." Okay. The beloved disciple. So, we are assuming that this is Lazarus because so far the only one it mentions about Jesus loving for sure was Lazarus. Okay, so we're assuming this is Lazarus. Are you okay? You did hear that, right? Okay. So, Peter turned and saw the disciple following Jesus. Hold on. Peter turned and saw the disciple following whom Jesus loved. The one who had reclined upon his chest during supper and had said, "Master, who is the one who will betray you?" That is Lazarus. That was Lazarus. We figured it out. Digital high five. Yeah, fuck yeah, we did it. Okay. When Peter saw him, he said to him, "What about this guy?" And then Jesus said, "What if I want him to remain until I come? What concern is it of you? Who cares about that guy? I'm talking to you. Who cares about that guy? I'm zombie Jesus. I only got a few minutes, dude. Fucking come on." So, the word spread among the brothers that the disciples would not die. What do you mean? Wow. Wow. See, this proves Peter's fucking retarded. So the word spread among the brothers that the disciple would not die. But Jesus did not tell him that. Jesus didn't say that at all. Jesus said, "The fuck does it matter to you, Peter? Shut up." It is this disciple who testifies to these things and has written them. And we know his testimony is true. Yeah, because God brought him back to life. There are also many other things that Jesus did. But if these were to be described individually, I do not think the whole world could contain the books that would be written. And that is the end. We finished a book. Man. So tonight, what book do we start tonight, huh? Let's find out. What am I doing? I do not remember what I am doing. Oh, yeah, we're finding out what book is next. The Acts of the Apostles. And then my mom said after this, read Maccabees. So we're going to read the Acts of the Apostles and then the Maccabees. Maybe we should find out how long it is, huh? Acts of the Apostles. Oh, only 28 books. Okay, this is not bad. Oh, okay. This is the second volume of Luke's Okay. And Luke was the one guy's dude. So he's writing like a second. Well, like he's writing like this third count. He's third hand information. He's writing on third hand information. So we're going to find out. Anyway. Oh, that's awesome. Anyway, thank you for watching. I love you and have the greatest day ever. I think.